Restaurants in Singapore warned that many more could close when rental reliefs and other kinds of COVID-19 support expire next month. Now, meantime, those that have been around for over 90 years say that they've survived so far, not just with time-tested recipes, but based on how they've managed cash flows through dry spells.
Minced prawns stuffed in fried chicken, a 50-year-old classic that keeps regulars coming back for more. But that wasn't enough to stop Singapore's oldest Chinese restaurant from losing more than half of its sales when dine-ins were not allowed. Even now, the over 90-year-old heritage brand isn't too sure about the future.
We run through for so many ups and downs. This is the worst, of course, because until today, I still cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel. I cannot find it. That's why it's so many months. Last time, the actual financial crisis, all this not take so long. But this one is terrible.
Madam Soon says the restaurant relied on takeaways from a devoted following of old-timers to pull through its worst months. While it's still suffering from fewer dine-ins because of safe distancing, at least it's getting by so far. Other notable old-timers were not so lucky. Yet Con Chicken Rice did not last past its 80th year, shutting in July. 1 month later, Prima Tower's iconic revolving restaurant came to a halt after 43 years in the business. Now, a coalition of 500 restaurants called Safe F&B SG warns that the worst might not be over for many. Rental relief and grant help for them are set to end next month. With no tourists and fewer office workers in the city centre, those catering to these groups could hang up their aprons for good. It's a fate this traditional Hainanese eatery is trying to avoid. Run by a mother and son duo, they're doing all they can to save a 94-year-old pastry recipe. For them, heritage alone isn't enough to put food on the table. It's a business after all. And that means having cash reserves and managing them well, especially during bad times.
I have days, certain days during the month of April, there's only a sales of $8.50 for a bottle of kaya. So that's how bad the business is. And that's precisely why I operate Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, just to cut down my overhead costs.
Besides pastries, Mr. Chong runs a cafe whipping up traditional fare, which he nearly closed to cut further losses. But he's decided to press on, not wanting to disappoint his customers and continue carrying the torch for Hainanese cuisine.